an active and organized civil society is important for any for any democratic society. And you are, I guess, the main critic of how civil society around the world has been hijacked by what's often referred to as non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, that are actually funded by governments and cooperate closely with intelligence agencies. Now, this is a very important aspect of how foreign policy is being done, and I think it's very much underreported given how significant it is. I was wondering, perhaps it's a good place to start, is what is the origin of this? Where does this actually go back to, this huge monster which has been growing now for so long?
It's a great question. You started it by saying an active and organized civil society, and I think what is now reaching peak public awareness is just how that organization is structured. There can be an organic organization, and then there can be an astroturfed one or a sponsored one, as you mentioned, by organs of statecraft or intelligence. This goes back to essentially the intelligence structure that grew out of World War II. In World War II, you had the United States support for Europe against, obviously, Hitler and Mussolini. And in the course of that, the predecessor to the CIA, the OSS, had to make allies with various organs of civil society during the war, made allies with church institutions and the Vatican, which was being persecuted by Mussolini, had to make allies with trade, labor, and union groups, which ran logistics in Europe and therefore supplies for weapons and cash and all manner of aid. And when World War II ended and the OSS, our wartime spy agency, became the CIA, the peacetime spy agency, we essentially kept those practices of partnership with civil society instead of for a hot war, but for a cold war. And so the